Buddy, and welcome back to Hotdog Henry, the discerning run of Kingdom Come Deliverance for the late medieval intellectual, bisexual, neutral, evil types out there, of which apparently, after polling, there are a lot of you. Probably as many as there are lawful good paladins. Hello everyone, hello. Welcome back. Where did we leave off? Yesterday's stream had a bit of a reputation for getting a bit too intellectual. I just wanna distinguish something for you here. I sold this stream as a stream for people who think, not for intellectuals. I do distinguish. I think everybody here who's on the stream is a thinker, and I'm pretty sure everybody on this stream loves books. If you don't love books and you've given up on thinking, it might not be a great spot for you, right? But I don't want to drive anyone off by getting a reputation for being intellectual in that sense. There are some intellectuals with us in this chat, and a lot of them are denoted by House Thoth. There's about 5 actual intellectuals here. and they're a rare species, right? But the rest of us, everyone, I don't consider myself an intellectual. I'm in House Thoth, right? I consider us, it's like the jock. We're like the jocks of this kind of division, I think. That's the way I see it, right? Because the Goths are the Goths, right? And the Thoths are the nerds. So Toth's like the jocks, no? Meowstvan's like Hufflepuff. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'm just going to lightly insult everybody in the chat before we move on. But I don't want to I don't want you to think that we spend all these streams just pontificating about political philosophy and trying to wrong foot each other. It's not really about that. It's about kittens, right? They're a big part of what we do here. They're at least 40% of what we do is cats, right? I don't want anyone to forget that. That's why we've got 2 powerful aircraft carrier-sized cats in the house powering this game, providing Meowstvan entertainment periodically. So I think Meowstvan is very well catered for. I know that you've asked for your own cat cams and like cat chairs that are in the frame there, so they can. So we do actually have this potential set up, but I think we're waiting for the upgrade for cat cams. Snake cams, I don't know. I guess snakes are more of a goth thing. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe a thoth thing. Are they a thoth thing? Goth thing? I don't know. And Thought is very well catered for in the chat. I would say Thought is overrepresented by not Kira, at the very least. You've got a whole army of Thots as well. And the Zigglers are very well represented. I got Michael on the stream for you. God's sake, what more do you want from me? Yeah, but a lot of Goths, may have been misdistributed into Meowstvan there. Maybe there's a bunch of Goths hiding out in Meowstvan. I'm sure there's Goths hiding out in Toth. I'm sure there are. They'd be like jock Goths. I don't know what a jock Goth is. What is a jock Goth? Yeah, we're getting him back, man. It's just, he's ziggling about. He's ziggling about. It's hard to pin down as a ziggler. It's literally where he gets his name from. Yeah, so we're trying to keep on top of it and give content to everybody. So please, Geek Goths. Oh wow, I'm learning new words here. Joths. Is there such a thing as a Joth? Or did we just invent the Joth? No, we're starting this off in a very thotty way. This is a very Mean Girls kind of thotty way. If you were going to talk about that, it's kind of the Harry Thotter, Joth. Is a nerd different to a SWAT? Oh, well, the other one is prep, right? Isn't the other one prep? Because I think maybe Toth's a bit prep, aren't they? Aren't Toths a bit preppy? Don't we like to prep? Toth rocking, like modern AU, rocking, kind of Abercrombie Finch something. Yeah, I don't know. That was an old division. It was a bit like the Political Compass, but it had like jocks, goths, nerds, and prep, I think. But, yeah, exactly. It was a long time ago. 30 million years. Toths are a bit theatre kiddie, yeah. Who are a bit preppy, no? They're a bit preppy. I'm just trying to do a bit of a Mean Girls introduction and bully the Thoths a little bit because they got maybe a bit too much attention yesterday with a 3-hour deep dive into political circles, which we were going to recap though. Don't worry, that's not going to get lost in time. I just don't want to be, branded as intellectual. I'm happy to be branded as requiring thought capacity. But yeah, come on, let's watch it. There's only like 5 Thoths here, so we need to play to the audience, right? I mean, if there's a democratic surge in favour of more Thothery, then we can replace Thothery with Thothery, as you wish. Anyway, hello everyone. Hello. Vrissa Defer, Ryumi, hello, welcome, Lady Maiden. Welcome to the chat, Al Katazam. I think wasn't it you, Al Katzam, that was feeling a little bit left out yesterday by all the Thothery? Weren't you a voice of discontent that there was too much Thothery going on? And then we reverted at the end, by the way, for people who missed it. We did get right back into the Thotting, as we'll cover in a moment. Oh, okay. Well, how am I going to know that? Yes, it was you. Okay, you didn't go to university. All right, sorry. I don't want this to become unaccessible for people who didn't go to university. I don't think this knowledge requires university. I'm not a big fan of university myself. I think it's a pretty bloated sector. And it probably needs cutting in half. And education needs liberalising, really. It's the same reason I'm against like doctors as they currently exist. Because they pay one doctor, it's about 5 people worth of, you could split that up into 5 different roles and coordinate it and so on. It's a bit old-fashioned, doctors, I think. But then it was taken over by Yowie. Yeah, thank you, Relina, bringing it back to the core, arc, I would say, of Hotdog Henry and the search for the Yowie cave. It did come all the way back there at the end. So, but I'm just going to recap quickly. We started off with a little bit of talk about Spirit of Nettles, inspired by Bubblina's meme. I want to come back to that, probably in the first bit. But and then we pushed some leaves together and we made some more drugs. You really don't need university to learn. The internet's made it incredibly easy. University is very, very expensive. It is not largely worth it for a lot of people. It's a bit of a con, I think. I haven't always been able to say that, but I think it's, as I said, a bloated sector. I need cutting. But anyway, not completely, but quite a bit. Descended. Yeah. So, but then we started talking about all sorts of things about politics and messaging. We're having a bit of a kind of internal, kind of left-leaning chat about the function of things like science and feminism in a society. I believe someone, maybe Guys Are Tripping, talked about why we even need feminism. Why, women should be treated equally anyway. It shouldn't need to exist, right? It exists because people aren't. And I think largely we came together around that. But I don't want to exclude anybody who doesn't feel like that. But I think basic feminism is basically just sane. You'd have to give me an extremely good argument countering everything we said last time to change my mind on that. However, if you bundle that into an argument about ecology and science and how if you liberalise technology and money and so on, you create climate problems, which we talked about or we talked around, then maybe you could see In the same way we said that the Ziegler, like hoarding all the money, right, actually protects the peasants from the effects of their consumption, right, which is the argument, which somebody, I don't know, was it Bubbly again, made into a meme. It was quite nice. If we're buying into that argument, which we're going to loop into, then you could see maybe that you have to repress a certain amount of education in order to keep the world less techie, in order to protect the climate. But again, it's a wandering argument, and the counter arguments that were presented, that a more socialist and equitable society would automatically have better science and therefore solve a problem that it created quicker, really came down to, and I agree with it. I was convinced a bit after reading through it, but it really comes down to, if you suddenly inject carbon dioxide, this is a bit retro history, but you're injecting more, you might create devastating climate effects before that socialist worldview can prevent them. And even then we talked about whether you're actually preventing things or just kind of like spreading the problems around. Anyway, that is useful. But while we were talking about socialism and environmentalism, Henry was largely failing to interact with the economic system. If you were going to give me a fair assessment of my gameplay yesterday, I was just stumbling around into shops because I'd forgotten my wallet, and then going back and having to sell something, not having enough money, and then buying a bit of a schnitzel or a pretzel or something, and it was just like, and then I remembered I was a crime lord, and I remembered I had a magic boss, and I remembered I was stealing money from all the people, you know. So I think that's a bit of a, he kind of LARPed as that yesterday. He LARPed as a bit of a peasant while we were talking about it, and that's just my assessment of it. Yeah. So am I too scrambled today? Are you getting something from this? I'm feeling coherent. This is my second cup of tea, but yeah, no, I'm going to get back to reality in a moment. But that's what we were talking about, right? That's what we were trying to solve problems in the world. But while we were doing that conversation, we were failing to interact with the economic system that exists. And that's kind of what a lot of like hippies end up doing. They can't interact with the economic system that exists, and they're talking about this stuff all the time. So I thought that was an interesting parallel. Not that they necessarily don't want, it wasn't like I was rejecting it. It was just that I was failing to interact with it, even though the reality of Henry, Hotdog Henry, Bad Lieutenant Nettle Dog Solid, is that he's a crime lord, drug maker now, and a cultist. So with a magic horse from the nether realms. So I don't know if he is exactly the perfect socialist, and that's where we're coming to the Yowie. We're coming back to the Yowie, because what we discovered okay, just I'll kind of like try to explain this. But if a neutral evil kind of feminist alchemist intellectual type, what would their shadow be? Wouldn't their shadow be something like good, right? And he had some bad experiences with the monks, so he othered the monks. The monks became the shadow. And those of you who were with me, you watched that. That really happened. But the monks were guarding the Necronomicon, right? Which he extracted, and then we didn't, and then we've been kind of like, I think, gathered from the books that there was some kind of legendary Yowie cave, right? We were going to learn more secrets of this feminist literary sausage scribe kind of hot dog underground. Right, that was what we trying to seek out in the Yowie shafts, as I understand it. Maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, it seems like he becomes he becomes the same as the monks, his shadow. Yeah, this is like a mini Istvan thing, but it's coiled around the books. We've by projecting the books into the world, we've coiled it around whatever they've written into the books in the game. Oh, is it hurting your IQ? Oh, get off here then. If you've only got 5 points left, get off now. Save them. Yeah, so then the question became, because it's not quite as simple as that. It's not quite as simple as that. I think we all want it to be as simple as that. If that seems simple to those of you who are still with me. But I don't know if it is that simple, because Saint Procopius, right? Prosospius? Procop? Like Procop, right? Czech name Procop. Saint Procop. He entered the cave that is under the monastery, right? And he drove out demons that were in the cave. Right? Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. What do you want, Wormstvan? I'm trying to make sense of the world. In order to try and make sense of the world, you need notes. What, you think I'm acting looking at notes? Come on. I'm not going to act looking at notes. Okay, so anyway, he drove out the demons, right? We already said that the demons were bisexual. That's you guys. You guys decided that. I believe that demons were bisexual and angels were asexual, right? So if the monks are on the side of the angels, then the question is, was the Yowie the original demon, the original bisexual demon that lived in the cave under the monastery, and then the monk, Saint Procop, drove the Yowie out? Or is the legend of the Yowie Procop himself? So we're going to need a bit of instant democracy on that, I think, before we can go on, because I don't think I can solve that. But don't have a vote right now. Don't have a vote, actually. Let's not make it instant democracy. Let's not have instant democracy on that. But I'm going to give you a bit of time. We'll find out where we are, right? But I want to know whether you think the Yowie was an ancient being that Procop drove from the cave. So now we have an abandoned Yowie cave, but we found the Yowie cave, right? But we haven't found the Yowie, right? Or was Procop became the legendary Yowie, right? So have a bit of time to think about that. I'll figure out where we are in the world, but that's what we're going to need before we go on. And while we were learning about that, though, what was interesting is that Jim was heard talking a lot in the background while we were learning about that. And I know, well, I don't know exactly that well, but some of you know that Jim's in this kind of monastery mission somehow, and there's something. I don't fully understand that, and I didn't want to spoil it exactly, so I don't fully remember. And as I said in interviews, that quest glitched for me, so I kind of like jumped over it. Okay, chat's all over the place at the moment, but this is the question we're going to need answering. Is Saint Procop the Yowie, became the Yowie by conquering the cave, or was the Yowie some creature that was driven from the cave? Right? Okay, all right. Anyway, if there's anything else, I will get to it in a bit. I don't feel like I know enough about this topic, so I think we're going to need a little bit of education about the Yowie, because I know that you guys had also previously associated the Yowie with something to do with the conclave, so there's some kind of religious connotations for the Yowie anyway, as I understand it. So maybe you could talk to me a little bit more about that. Oh, we are demons. We are full of demons at the moment, so maybe we'll go and listen to the demons, but we do need to get the stuff from the magic box properly first, and that is very important. 4.7 thousand groschen. See, that's what we had in the box while we were experimenting with socialism and walking around and moaning about money and, all this. We were, in fact, quite rich. So, let's take some of these books. How much does this stuff weigh? Because I thought we could just go and make some... We got loads of herbs. A lot picks. Oh, I hope I forgot everything. Alright. And then we'll just transfer some of this to... Oh, the horse has got stuff on it. Oh, okay. We need to do some... The horse is loaded. We need to do some inventory management. Okay, hang on. Damn it! Okay, we need to go and sell this stuff. I might just nip to the mill. There's no crime lord here, right? Yeah, maybe you're the Yowie? Ugh. The Yowie was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, Michael horse is loaded. I need to eat. I need to sell. Let's do this. I'm gonna ride around in a bit of a circle, but we need to get this stuff off the horse. Right, hopefully I can check in a bit.
Yeah.
Mary, you're still in the Yowie cave.
Yeah.
The Yowie is part of the major, like, sub-arc of Hotdog Henry. It's the Yowie cave in the Necronomicon. And the Nettles, right? So Yowie then become a kind of like Daedra, right?
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with hunger.
For God's sake, man. The pretzels. Oh, this is gluten. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ugh. Okay, I'm sure you have food. Good. Wait, was there a vote?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not too hungry a person. If that's what you mean. This Henry was gluten-free up until I popped 4 pretzels in. I don't know, Rumi. Like, maybe. Yeah, maybe. The vote was real, the books are real, chat voted notes are not real. Alright, okay, notes are not real. Thanks, Nella. Then what are they doing in front of me right now? Am I not real? Have a vote on that. Why don't you vote on whether I'm real or not, yeah? Yeah, maybe he's gonna get cured. You're cured, mate. Oh, this is always confusing.
Yeah.
I'm not real. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Please tell me this is the way to Ledechko. I'm going on memory here. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not grouchy. I'm not grouchy. Just, you know, just tell me. You're always threatening me with being cancelled, you know, so...
Yeah.
Maybe one day it's going to happen. Actually, that's an interesting... I have a little deviation to some thothery here for a moment, but I read in that book, Think Like God, in Elia, where Parmenides lived, they had an incredibly dense legal system, a complicated legal system apparently. It was a little peninsula, they hadn't got much else to do other than make laws, I think. So, anyways, they like making laws, but one of the rules to making laws in Elia was that you had to legislate in the noose, right? So you had to it's like everyone in Parliament was standing there with their head in a noose, So at any moment, the demos could just go stand wall. If they didn't like the law they were making. So if you had to be very confident if you wanted to legislate things. So it's not very, it kind of favours conservatism, I would think. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when people talk about democracy in Greece and stuff, they used to have that like ostracization. So if you were in government for a while, you basically had to go into exile immediately afterwards, something like that. Or they voted with like pottery shards to like send politicians into exile, which was quite a good way of like keeping it together. Actually, let's clean the horse first. Let's try and interact with the economic system in a little bit sharper mode today. Not that. All right, maybe we just need to come here and clear the horse. Oh, there's all that deer. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. They've got all that rotten deer meat. Someone should have reminded me about that. I blame you. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it. Oh, were they the spiritual deer? Were they the deer that appeared as a kind of symbol and then I shot them? Is that what happened? No, it was the deer that wasn't a witch, right? Because if it had been a witch, then it would have survived my arrows. It was a witch test. It was a failed witch test. We probably shouldn't have eaten that meat anyway, to be fair. Holy Trinity die. How long have I had that for? Clear that. Let's see what anyone's going to get any money for that. Oh, I got a little bit of money for that rotten deer meat. That's grim. Okay, alright. Quiet, dark shoes, silent shoes. No, okay, and that. Oh, I've still got loads of stuff. Don't need cheap wine. Life's too short for cheap wine, right? There's a bit of wine mum. Wine mum's van. Your wealth you get. He doesn't even have any money. Alright, you keep the change, mate. Keep the change. I'm still puddling about. Is there an alchemist bench in Sasau then? Because I think we need to go and talk more about this Yowie cave. I don't think I can leave it for today. But I do need to get I need a couple of levels in alchemy. Yes, at the monastery. Alright. Can we get in the monastery part that we can get in? Oh yeah, it's where the sick people are. Yeah, but I don't really want to activate that. So okay, I'll just go and I'll ignore anyone who talks to me. I'll just go and do alchemy. While the sick people are around me. Yeah, I remember. Oh, there's a monastery basement. Okay, alright. Some of you guys know this monastery very well. Have you spent a lot of time in there? We're going on a deep dive into the Yowie cave. This is going to be the descent. Hopefully I've got enough stuff. I've got one torch. How deep is this Yowie cave? No, my chat's frozen. No, it's just the internet. Okay, I'll keep playing. I'm assuming that you.
Of coin, and it's safe.
No. Sorry, I lost you there, but it's just my setup. What do you mean letting it happen in the main quest? Like, I'm steering this, right? Like, okay. Someone told me to go and help Drachamira out. That's how that started. And that ended up with the fucking Necronomicon. And they didn't tell me that. They didn't say, go and get the Necronomicon. It's in there. So go and help this little lady. So it's one of these bisexual demons on the group chat that has led me into the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's how tyranny happens, Mary, right? We do not want that.
Yeah.
The bloated wasp taking over. You know, that's how it's described in the Republic. I'm not aggressive. I'm getting a bit hot though. I'm getting a bit hot. Maybe I need to have a fight. No, not that you're that. That's just how it's described in the Republic. Like, it's described in a very similar way to like Boris Johnson or Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Don't steal from the Yowie cave. Because the anger of the monastery starts to haunt you. This is the canon of the game, right? This is what we've all agreed on. I'm not saying that in real life, you know, bisexual people are demons, or that demons, if they are real, are all bisexual. It's a game. It's a game. We're playing it. Am I supposed to discover the Necronomicon Part 2 as... I can't believe I just said that. Part 2 as the... in some other kind of quest? Or as... I don't want to mess up a quest if I just go and take the Necronomicon right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't give the stuff to the charlatan. Yeah, good point, good point. Yeah. Who told me that? ALRU, you are doing great. Sorry, I've noticed you on chat several times. You've given me a lot of help. I don't know why I'm picking it up. There you go, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a simulation of real life in this time. Kind of, except the Necronomicon wasn't there. I know that, Nella. No, I know that. That's why people were telling me to wait on the Necronomicon until the end, because we will get to that at the end, and then we couldn't help but do it, right? Just remember, right? I can't remember. What drove us? What compelled us to get the Necronomicon?
Garlic soup for the winter.
I yearn for the monastery. There he is. The guy with the strange eyes.
What do you need?
Meat, bun, veal, beef, and chicken.
Monk shots? What does that mean, Leroy? Dark, malevolent voices compel me, yeah. Yeah, but we got it pretty easy in the end, because the wild Jim left all the doors open, and this guy's obsessed with literature, so why wouldn't he go and raid it?
Look for those items you wanted.
Splendid. Splendid. So.
Like
show
back
me
shots,
what
but
you've
for
got.
monks. Not the monk shots, not the monk shots. Oh no, Monk Jim. Yeah, I think it was that wild monk that ran into... Well, the wild Jim ran into the monastery and they must have tamed him. They must have tamed him inside the monastery. That's how Jim's character gets there, I guess. Yeah, but I was guided to the witch by the voices. That wasn't... They were like, oh, go and do that. And then some other voices were like, no, you mustn't do that. It's too long, blah, blah, blah.
The tooth of layman Procopius, which definitely isn't holy.
It is.
Salami,
But then again,
large
one day
kinds
it
of
could
scraps
be.
that make your
You
mouth
never know what
water
course a man's
more than
life
the
might take.
finest cake.
I suppose not. But it wasn't easy to get.
I am blaming it on the
Anyone's a
voices.
miracle worker here. It's me.
Calm now. Don't exaggerate.
Look, you can go over the evidence when it's up on YouTube, which will be by the end of this week. You can go over it and you can see where I've been guided by the voices and where I'm blaming stuff on the voices
Branch from a
unfairly.
blessed topping out.
I'm getting reputation in Sasau for helping this
I have to
charlatan.
cheat now.
Watch out for this man. He's a regular William
Shh,
Tell.
chill, man.
Well, there wasn't any other way.
So, we've got all that sorted out. And now...
Oh, he's giving us drugs! He's giving us drugs! Oh, more tasks. Okay, what have you
Go on.
started now? What have you
Shaking
started
with
now? Is this the
anticipation.
journey to the
There's
Necronomicon
one
2?
more thing.
You know more
It's
to me.
rather
Cured and fresh.
complicated
From the
and...
woods or from the pen. It all
Devil.
tastes delicious.
What thing?
People are asking for me to put it up on YouTube. I'm sorry, that's it. You did it.
Shroud?
This is it. Look at me.
A burial shroud of someone who passed away not too long ago.
Yeah. Okay, this brings us back to
To
a point from the beginning of the game that the Miller Peshek told us about, which is that it's okay to take a dead person's clothes because the soul isn't there anymore, right? But we didn't know that when we originally went to Scalet, so that was a learning point that we can loot the dead, but not women, although that is now up for discussion. That's what I was thinking people want. And Femstvan as well. I don't know how much I'll get up there, but it exists now. It will start going up. And hopefully it can be there and people can recap if they want over the break.
I'm just supposed to take a dead person's clothes.
Christ, no. I need a
That was said in an
burial
ironic way.
the precious enveloping garment in which the deceased is buried.
And does it matter who I take it from?
It needs to be
Right, yeah,
someone
that's
who
what we
is
established, I
honest.
think. It's equal
And I
crime.
have just the fellow, a good man by the name of Lokota who recently passed on.
Right. So where can I find him?
His family is waiting for the funeral. For now, he's lying
It's
in
Jova.
a small church in Sassa.
And who was this Lokata?
I know only a little, but according to the locals, he was an honorable man. You should certainly try to ask around.
They become naked in the afterlife, really? Alright, so Lakota. But I do want to make potions, so thank you for giving me drugs, but I am perfectly capable of making my own. Alright, unless Win is there and wants to tell me I need to do this now for sake of efficiency, I'm going to go and make potions. And lighten my load a little bit. No? Okay, I'm going to go do that then. That was my original plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
It's Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if we can claim the title of Full Metal Alchemist yet because we've got Alchemy of 2. Oh, okay. Can someone check what Not Kira is saying there? I'm not addicted to alchemy. I'm just trying to Mary Sue this as much as possible because it's Kingdom Come. But I didn't want to do it at the beginning of the game because that's a little bit. It's not, crime is better. It's a bit more cinematic, I think. Partial Nettle Alchemist. Yeah, like 30% nettle. Right, I'm not going to talk to any of these sick people. We're just going to go and quietly make medicine by them and then walk off. Yeah, we do not want to talk to them. We don't want to talk to him, right? We just want to do our thing. Okay. Not Kira, did you get an answer? The Lakota... We're asking about the Lakota's shroud, I think. Okay, cool. Alright, I like this potion, because this gives the green the nettle effect. Spirits, 2 handfuls of wormwood and a handful of sage. Drop in the sage, boil for 1 turn, grind the wormwood, drop the wormwood in the cauldron and cook for 2 turns. Alright, this is a bit more complicated. So, we need spirits. I think, yeah, but thanks again, Alaru. I have not checked. Just let me make this potion and I'll check. Drop in sage. Boil. One turn. While we're doing that, we're going to grind the wormwood. 2 handfuls, I believe. What's that? What's going on there? Is that a bot? Okay, so that's going to go in, and then I boil for 2 more turns. Okay. They're all timed events, so I need to go. I need to deal with the charlatan. Okay, we'll go deal with the charlatan. I don't know what that was. What was that? Is that some new joke? Now I have to distill this as well. Okay. But I don't have to let it cool. Reheat my coffee 45 times a day. There's a lot of time defense. The shroud one isn't limited time. Okay, I can make a few potions then. Oh, what's he doing? Looks like it's crashed.
I just can't.
That looks like a crash, gang. Oh no, whoops. Okay. New level in alchemy. Alright, fine, great.
Are you quite well?
Can you not perv on the terms of my employment? I don't even know what that means. What's that? I'm fucking a clanker. Okay. Sorry, I've completely lost understanding. You can make one extra mistake without affecting the result. No, we want water of life, right? Healing potions will heal you 50% more, but also intoxicate you. The stronger the healing effect, the drunker it will make you. That's fine. Logon. Drinking. Spirits are 50% weaker, that's good. Drink yourself into oblivion, you'll wake up at home in bed and none of your inventory items will be gone.
Back at me, you dog!
I don't know what to do here.
Back at me, you dog!
Okay, I've completely... Just make a decision. Okay, I'm going to make a decision. You'll never drink yourself to oblivion. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Unlimited. Unlimited drug use. Alright. No possible consequences. Jockey is good. Oh no, we want Michael Storm, right? Well, no, we'll be extremely skittish in storms, but shy less. No, we got Dread Deed. Yeah. We want the opposite of that. And then reading. Magistrate 3. Your speech bonus when persuading guards is increased to +3, yes. No, Magistrate 3. Okay. And this agility thing is still very low, isn't it? Oh, light armor. I don't really dodge though. I lost interest in that. Alright, make more potions. What did I miss? What did I miss? Okay. Let's make another one of them. I don't mind long games if it's like picking a play, you know, like if it's content and you'd like enjoy it, provides like kind of conversation structure. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, I've never seen that before. It's an attack of the glass bandits. Okay, is it a bot? They're bot. Oh, they're bots. Okay, yeah, they're bots. It won't happen until we come. Well, I come back from Kitten Beach, but these guys are going to be here, I'm sure. But it's very high on the list of recommendations. People were just deciding whether or not it's too reedy, basically. Okay, right. So spirits in there. The glass bandits, yeah, glass bots. Oh, God.
I just can't.
Drop in Sage Boil for 1 turn. Sorry, this is a bit of a grind, guys. I just really want to get Mary Sue at Alchemy. It's I'm gonna do 5 potions and then I'll stop. Get that ground up. Most of it is voiced. Okay. That was your response, Frozen Whale. Okay.
I can't stay here.
Is that Jim again? God, Sassau's full of wild Jims. Henry Sue. Yeah. I'm Henry Sueing it a little bit. I just don't want to go into missions that require knowledge of poisons and medicine without... Wait, I just want to put that back down. Wait, why can't I just put that back down? I'll put it in the dish, Yeah, okay. That's the magic dish again. The dish is very important. Oh. I guess these kind of chants aren't copyrighted, so I could sing some kind of like, Luceat, this kind of like Latin chanting, right? Ace. And Pathologic, yeah, guys are stripping, yeah, I got it. Pathologic is definitely up there as well. It's just about structuring and how much time. So that's they're the factors we are balancing. Pathologic is superior, what, to Disco Elysium? This is going to start a fight. This could be a fight. Fight on chat! Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, that dish saved my ass. And Barbie Horse Adventure. God, man, this is going to be difficult. How is democracy going to function here? This is madness.
Bark at me, you dog!
Oh, thank you, Anna. Much appreciated. Oh, okay. Alright, it's for the singing. You know, you can say all you like of this high-end philosophy, but we're going to pay you for Ariana Grande ponytails and some Valley Girl voice singing. So, alright, so Barbie then. Capitalism is favouring Barbie. Oh, because I have to distill it, that's why. Okay, so I'm being stupid. Barbie takes 2 hours to finish. Alright, we can do Barbie then. Barbie's not a problem. Alright, let's look at another potion. I don't know if I have any Flyer Garrick. I'll leave that one. Rage I think we can do more of. No? I haven't got it, okay. Barbie Horse was... Oh. Hello.
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
I don't know why Meowst Van ever complained. Look. It's alchemy with Petro Kitty. Oi. I think Jim's just harassing medical patients in the next room. Yeah, come and have a look around. Prepare wine, 2 handfuls of belladonna and 1 of nettle. Oh. Prepare wine, 2 handfuls of belladonna and 1 of Okay, the headbutting begins. Alright. Boil the nettles for 2 turns, grind the belladonna. Boil the nettles for 2 turns. So, 2 nettles.
What will happen to my family?
Wait, was Jim doing the other voice as well? Like he's doing a voice of the monk that's doing the harassing, but also the... also the man being harassed. Grind the belladonna. See, there he is. He's saying you can't stay here, and then he's saying, "But I've got nowhere to go." There's yeah, he's got multiple personalities disorder or something. Ooh. There's so many gyms in this game that it's actually impossible to.
I can't sleep again.
Everyone is Jim at Sasau, clearly. Alright, we can whack that straight in, I think. That's ground. Oh, yeah, he's still going. And then boil for 1 more turn. No, Petro's going to sleep now. That's it. Maybe all 3 of us will play Barbie Horse. Who knows? Who knows? The future is bright for the bold, right? Wait, no. Hang on, maybe that's Jim. Yeah? Okay, I'll record the phone call.
Bark at me, you dog!
Hype train. No worries. Thank you, Mary. Appreciated. Now I'm confused. I need to look. There's a lot going on right now, but we've got to make 2 more potions. Has to happen. There's loads of Meow's fun action. Look, it's all right here. Legs alright? Come on. Okay, alright. Yeah, so... I needed to read something from this as well. Petro, you have drawn my attention to the nettle book. That is important. But let's make 1 more potion before we get too distracted by talking. Yeah. Well, there are a series of mysterious benefactors, and some of you know who they are, but I don't want to spoil it for those of you who don't. 2 handfuls of belladonna, and 1 ounce, boil 1 ounce for 2 turns. And some mysterious benefactors are indeed anonymous, and I don't know who they are. So there you go.
Quiet.
But it is appreciated. Don't think it's not appreciated. Right. So belladonna.
Back at me, you dog!
Such a bizarre form of multitasking. Doing this changing chat in the conversation so much, and trying to do alchemy as well. It's kind of like real life, isn't it? And that's what the. To come back to Jung, he was saying that's the psychological alchemy. You can apply these principles to your ideas, basically, and it won't hurt them.
What will happen to my family?
No, what will happen to my family? That's Jim again. Grind the belladonna, boil for 1 more turn. Yeah, boil for 1 more turn. Okay. Oh, Nella. Thank you, I think. Humble pie. Welcome, humble pie.
I can't sleep again.
Yeah, alright, this is just a wave to get me into the Barbie horse adventure. I've not forgotten it. It sounded like Michael would love it. But I'm overboard. I'm overcooking. Yeah, Michael would love that. I'm sure we'll do that. But then Morrowind feels like the gift that we'll keep giving. And I think he's really into it. Yeah, I know Michael would love Barbie. Yeah. How much is this Barbie Horse Adventure is like a Sims thing, of dressing up Barbies and dressing up horses and then racing them? Is it nice? Jim, I don't know. I hope Jim can keep getting on. I was thinking maybe we do like a multiplayer, like a Baldur's Gate thing, and we have a character each. Thought that could be quite funny as a kind of digital misrule. But again, these don't. I'm trying to move the speed of the internet, but the rest of the world moves at the speed of theatre, so it's tricky sometimes. Alright, this is saying, again, I'm going to have to go over this because I don't want to agree to anything at a snapshot. Alright, anyway. Right, we made a potion, let's get out of here. I clearly can't concentrate. So, Yowie Cave. No, Lakuta's shroud, right? Shroud. Yeah, no, again, like, consistency is all we ask, to quote Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. People love a bit of consistency, and I myself will get more consistent, but hopefully I've been present. But I will get more consistent when I get back. And I really want to do, if it's possible, morning streams because it's a bit empty time for me. So it'd be kind of replacing like a morning class if I was teaching, which I kind of am. But I don't know how much people are interested in that because they're at work or they're busy or whatever. But again, there's maybe an attractiveness for different time zones there, so I don't know. But I was thinking like 10 till 12. Ten till 12? Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I don't necessarily, because I was away for a while, I don't understand how people are working. I guess a lot of you are working from home. And it's kind of slightly different having the TV on and it feels interactive and stuff. And I like all that. That's what seems all very Boalian to me. But we will, but I understand people aren't going to make more, and I do want to stream more, not less. So don't feel like, pick one that you like, maybe. Don't feel like you have to get in on everything, because I don't want to create unnecessary pressure on people, but I would like to do it more. To complete that thought. Right, I wanted to talk about nettles a little bit, but let's find the quest. Optional. It's optional. Get the burial shroud. Who's lying in the local church, right? It's down here.
Yeah.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Just gonna offload a bunch of stuff. Yeah, no, that's what would make me happy as a streamer, I think, because I'm up in the morning.
What do you need?
And it's just, I think morning streams would have to be something more discreet than a long-running RPG. The other thing that I will do when I get back, because I realise a lot of people like that, was the evening and weekend kind of action. Hopefully that will... Why you can't... He will... no, not cursing. That will favour people who... 3 a.m. stream. Yeah, that's also possible. That's also possible. Who's the man who just
Who's
died?
the man who died? The one who's lying in the church.
Oh, that was old Locotta.
I'm going to Kitten Beach.
Respectable fellow.
But you know, like it's emotionally loaded for me, so I don't know what you'll see of that, but we'll see. And again, I realise there are a lot of people in Japan on the chat. There's a lot of you in Japan. I don't know when is a good time for you. When's the best time for you? And that's different depending on the person, whether they work days or nights. So it's a bit tricky. While the audience is kind of Euro-centred, then it kind of has to be a bit Euro-centred timetable. But
And how did he make a living?
He was a butcher of some renown in the region.
Was he a local?
Oh no. Came here from Blushing because of an argument with his brother. We weren't.
yeah, like half the chat is Japanese, so it feels
His
like
trade took customers away from
we
our old
definitely need
butcher,
more
you
Japanese
see.
representation.
But we soon realised he was
somehow.
a decent man, and we all grew to love him.
Well, exactly. Some people work nights, don't they? And my hours are a bit weird. So if it's good, then it's good. It works.
What about
And
his
it's
family?
great.
His wife, Lucy, passed away a long time ago. Poor soul. He was never
I needed to do less
seen
while I was preparing, making
He
notes,
never
and learning how
laughed
to
from the
do this
heart
actual
anymore.
thing. I realise there's
But
a
he's
bunch
left
of
two
other stuff in
sons
the
behind,
office that needs to
Peter
happen
and
as well.
Mark.
That's going to happen. But I needed to learn how to do it first because I don't exactly have a team. My team are great, but you know, it's not like like I have an office set up here with a company and stuff.
What are his sons like?
Oh, they're sturdy men.
But my mods are
Sturdy
amazing, and there's some great
straightforward.
art going to go out
Mind
later
you,
today,
Peter doesn't have any
which
sense of
made
humour
my
that
mods
you've noticed.
great.
He takes everything as seriously as a sermon. Mark's a more open sort, and a little superstitious. But don't make fun of them.
The media team are great. But we're all kind of starting out doing this. We're all different levels of ability, and I am the main problem. All right.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Because I'm an exennial, right? I grew up in an analog world
Good luck then.
a long time ago. But it's good. I'm glad I'm not a true millennial because I didn't get the helicopter parenting. That is great. And we didn't get the helicopter parenting because we didn't have the phones, and they enabled the helicopter parenting, which it's I can see some people get a little bit it's too much, isn't it? Boomer moms, yeah. Well, exennial moms maybe, Gen X moms. Yeah, let's get me back to bed. Yeah, this is a form of helicopter parenting right here, I guess. You're right. Hadn't thought about it like that. Although, to be fair, that's on you. Yeah, the mumplex is the helicopter parent, literally, of Hotdog Henry, waiting to descend in a Black Hawk. God save you. What can I do for you? I recognise that voice, but I don't.
God be with you.
No, one was quite. I haven't airstriked anything in a while, no. Right, can someone just tell me the shroud? Is this in the church then? Do I just go into the church? We're just completing the charlatan thing, and then we're going to go and look for the Yowie Cave. Then we're probably I'm going to talk a little bit about nettles. I've got a few things I want to say about that. Maybe make a few more potions, and that's it. But while we're on the subject, I will be streaming tomorrow from 5 till 8. Which I'll advertise later. As I said, I'm trying to get in a few before I leave. I'm aware that this might conflict with some schedules, but you can always catch up on them later if you want. So tomorrow I am going to be streaming from 5 till 8, but I'll confirm that on X. Fallout New Vegas, Fear in Femstevan with Stephanie Koforadova, and then on Friday as well, where I will definitely be going on with the main quest in Kingdom Come, and that's from 6 till 9. But I'll do that. I'll do that later. And again, if you're busy, it's cool, of course. But I don't have the time, so I need to get them in then. And I'm sorry there wasn't more notice, but I was waiting on some other people. Yeah, thanks Nella, you're amazing. Thank you, for amplifying that. That's great. Yeah, Thursday 5 till 8 Fallout, Friday 6 till 9 KCD 1. And then I'll be putting this stuff up. Am I going the right? Can someone in the chat help me a little bit? Is he lying in the church? Aha, okay, alright. So I need to rob this at night, yeah?
Are you looking for me?
So I come back at night. Come back at night or choke them both out now and do it.
Must be the wind.
talk to him, do a speech check. Okay, this guy. No, he's not letting me talk. Yes or no? Oops.
Hey, my respects to you.
My condolences.
They're going to arrest me in Sasau, though.
Thank
They're
you.
absolute dicks about this. They're going to come up.
I've come to pay my last respects to a dear
Lied.
relative.
I lied.
Have you? I've never seen you before.
I believe I'm your cousin.
I'm your cousin. I lived in Kittenberg.
I knew your father from Kuttenberg, and
I knew it! You lying wretch! Don't let me see you here again!
Oh, no. Well, there's only one option. Oh. Ow. No, wait. No. The guy's got the voice of Fritz. This is not happening. Alright, so he's come back at night. That's fine. I'm not getting my head kicked in by one of these yokels again.
Yeah.
I should have just choked him out. I should have followed my instinct there. That would have been very smooth. I could have done both monks. But it's alright, it's alright. We'll come back. We'll come back later. Let's go and search for the Hour Cave. I don't know, because it's German. It was like a German realm at that point. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, someone told me where the guy's from. I wasn't paying attention. Is this Vrist Defer? Your name's in red, I can't read it. Yes, you're right, not Kira, you're right. You're absolutely right. I should have waited. I flumbled that. But it's because I was gonna get him. That's why. My predatory instincts came out. Yeah, I appreciate that now, Wiccan Vale, whose name's in red but I can read because it's in a darker red. I am to blame. I flubbed that. I flubbed that because I got a murderous instinct, and while I was fighting back that murderous instinct, I lied. Right, so take me to the cave then. How do we get to the cave? Where's Win? You can tell Win's not on the chat today. Or I haven't seen Win on the chat. Go to monastery, yeah. Okay, at the monastery. In the monastery?
Yeah.
I lied poorly. I did do, guy. I lied poorly.
Yeah.
My speech is alright, but he's not. This guy's not such a speech builder, is he? Thanks, not Kira. That's thank you. That's very nice of you to say that.
Job.
Do you go up to somebody in a wheelchair and start dancing around? You know? I'm colourblind, man. Under the stone arches. Left of the main door to the monastery, you need to go down. Left. Is Win there? Can someone tell Win? They're just the voices are some kind of malevolent voices have gotten a hold of the. Oh, through here. Like here? Oh, you weren't lying. Like down here? Okay, benevolent voices. They were benevolent. They were benevolent voices. I'm misreading the chat today. Sorry, my energy's all off. Okay, I need to lock in on this Yowie Cave though. Win is here, thank God. Right, it is definitely okay to steal from monks currently. Some people are lying about the game. You don't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to accuse you of lying, which I did do. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're right. Win sensed inefficiency, building, and spawned. No one would ever lie. And this is Vriss, right? This is Vriss. Is that how you want me to pronounce your name? In red. And there's Dykes van Tothemia. And you were called Rosenroad before, but I only found out after I went back over the streams, Rosenroad, because you were in red. Which I appreciate, because you're a rose. But that's why I'm missing some names. People. Right. This is the Yowie Cave, surely. I know, because I trusted too many. That's a good patch of nettles. Oh, okay, let's take this moment then. Let's take this moment. Let's get it. The nettle is a very... Reading from the book here. Who discovered the nettle? The nettle is a very strange plant, to say the least. Most of us like to give it a wide berth and treat it with respect. That was certainly true in my case. I did fear the nettle. It has evolved over millions of years and has developed built-in weapons to protect itself from man and beast alike. It had to learn the trick of survival, and it succeeded partially, for when man came to the scene, sooner or later the fate of the nettle changed dramatically. Although we cannot pinpoint the moment in time when ancient man discovered some of the secrets of the nettle and began to use it for his own benefit, we must at least give him credit for the discovery. Our distant ancestors must have had greater intelligence than we like to credit them with. I'm just going to intervene here with a bit of the spirit of the nettle, but one can only wonder how they managed to find out about the healing power. Like, how did these guys do science back then? And that, I believe, is part of this... Hey, the nettles! That, I believe, is part of this condescending attitude that modern science has towards the work of intellectuals and geniuses and so on that went before them. It's a little bit condescending. But I want to present another... oh, wait. Hang on, are they saying this? Okay, they're saying basically they used it as whips, probably as a kind of act of cruelty. So they started whipping people with nettles. And then they realised that this can, for instance, treat rheumatism, right? So it's kind of trial and error is the way they're explaining it. Chaucer is ashamed in the face of your rhetoric of nettles. Does Chaucer not like nettles? That's hot. Yeah, whipping with nettles, right? Yeah, whipping with nettles, exactly. It is kind of kinky. Yeah, and it's like berries, right? What berries do you taste? And that's what I'm going to come to now. I just want to, as the sun goes down, talk about the spirit of the nettle, because I don't... Like... Another kind of myth that people labour under is that they're in control of their own thoughts. That you're somehow like in a master room where you control your own thoughts and you can choose things and stuff. And I'm not saying everybody labours under that, but a lot. Am I going the right way? It's going down the river. Yeah, your thoughts are your own, and they're very much not your own. And one way you can look at this is advertising, of course. Like how many of the ideas you think you hold did you actually arrive at independently using your own reason, or how many have you just picked up, right? And you can give me loads of examples of ideas you've just picked up without really challenging, right? Go back in and immediately turn right. Okay, thanks. Just pin that to the board. Yeah, okay. Quality modding going on today. Thank you. This is the alley cave. All right. So, well, okay, it's there. I'll just wait. I'll wait outside for a little bit. Just finish what I was saying. Okay, it's quite important. But yeah, not just propaganda and advertising and so on actually working, because otherwise they wouldn't spend all this money on it. You're not immune to it, right? It affects you. It affects the way you think. But yeah, again, with mental illness, you can see it, and obviously with meditative practices as well, you can kind of take a step back. I'm going to use that very, very generously, but you can take a step back from your thoughts and you kind of observe things, right? That's what you learn in yoga and meditation. But there's a symbiosis at work, and I don't like. One example is toxoplasmosis, right? The stuff you get from cats. There's a correlation between like risk-taking behaviour and toxoplasmosis infection, because what the microbe needs to complete its life cycle is to get from a rat into a cat. So it does that by making the rat really, really cocky and risk-taking. It changes its neurotransmitter thresholds, so it has more like risky thoughts. The part of the brain that's executive and saying, no, that's not a good idea, it kind of like interferes with that. So the rats take more risks and get eaten by cats, and then the parasite completes its life cycle, right? So we've showed that to have some effect in humans, right? And then you have to ask yourself, what else? So you take like there's an insect virus that gets inside an insect maggot, and it messes with the internal compasses of this insect and makes it climb up, right, rather than forward. It makes it seek the nearest way of climbing up and climbs up. So that, and as the virus is killing it from the inside, right, and filling it up with virus, so when the maggot drops off the tree because it's dead, it will splatter over a wider area, right? And then you can look at things like, well, yeah, exactly, the flu. And they've not quite got this down yet, but like you can argue that maybe the flu increases your sociability in order to spread itself. So when you've got something, some kind of disease or something, it's affecting your thoughts. For instance, and I have no backing for this. This is kind of a joke, but someone can go and search it. But if you do have like a sexually transmitted disease, it could conceivably make you hornier. And give you more horny thoughts, so you spread it more. So, to what extent is someone a nettle, right? To what extent is the consciousness and the thoughts you're having coming from the things that you have in symbiosis inside you? Another one that's worth looking at, and I don't know if this is true, right? You gotta fact check this. I'm officially telling you to fact check. Some of that stuff I said at the beginning is definitely true. Microorganisms affect your consciousness and your behaviour. But if you take something like, I was in a village in Greece, and there was strawberries came in, and everyone in the village was just eating strawberries all the time. Like everybody was just like going so like. Eating so many strawberries, they had like pupils were turning into like strawberry shapes, and everyone was kind of looking at each other with strawberry eyes, and everyone was kind of happy and everyone was kind of horny, right? Then you think that you're getting this from the fruit, and the reason is because if there are more human beings, because the fruit is associated with humans because we're farming it, if there are more humans, then they will grow more fruit. Yeah, it is Greek summer core. But they want you to shit out the seeds. Yes, I know they want you to shit out the seeds. That's because of the sweetness of the taste, right? But I'm going a level beyond that, right? For instance, there are foods that are what's the word? Why can't I remember it? Aphrodisiac, right? There are aphrodisiacs out there. So what is that just a random side effect of the plant, or is it like, does it have that effect because it's similar to like eating the seeds? Right, I'm just going to observe the chat for a minute and then we'll go into the Yowie Cave. Yeah, so the food is affecting your consciousness, so what you eat affects what you think, right? So then how do you separate yourself from the nettle if you eat all the nettles? How do you, like, I knew honey people in Greece. The Greeks in the list must know honey people, that they make the honey, you know, they live with the bees. And most of those honey people that I met had become part bee. Well, it's like that, but you think what you eat. It's more, you know, we're going a bit deeper than that, I think. Only eat hot dogs. Or exactly, if you only eat hot dogs, you can only have hot dog thoughts. This is a good point. I had to stop Cough-a-Lot because it was affecting me. I had to go take a day off. I like it. It's good. It's evil, but, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe the Greeks can back me up here. Honey people. They're like honey farmers. And it's amazing honey. I'm not criticising them. It's incredible stuff. Thyme honey, like honey with Greek honey with thyme is my favourite. But God, it's all good. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to be in Greece. There won't be any Cough-a-Lot, will there not, Kira? So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be drinking frappes and BAP. What is it? BAP? VAP? Alright. Alright, you get my point. I hope you get my point. Like, he's done so many drugs. To what extent is he a drug? Did we decide what's down here? I should check the... We should have the vote then. We should have the vote. Let's come back to the beginning. I have to do this hungry. What's in the... What do we think Henry thinks is in the cave? WAP. Yeah, they drink WAP. Alright, we'll come back to the original thing. Is Saint Procop the Yowie? Do we think the voices think that Saint Procop is the Yowie, or that Saint Procop drove the demonic Yowie from the cave? So just say Procop or demon. Okay, thanks. Again, I can't read your name. Great, thank you. Yeah, so there's a poll up in the top right screen. It's fading fast. Vote now, vote now. Vote now. I'm going to get the results. We're going to use this function. So what's the result of the poll? I can't see it. Oh man, okay, well look, I thought, was that thing in the top right corner a poll? Because I can't see the result. Poll is still going. Okay, well, close the poll in 1 minute. We are asking Outlaw Bard whether or not we found the Yowie Cave, right? But it's in Sasau, but we don't know whether the Yowie, because of the books, it's unclear whether Procop is the Yowie or the Yowie is the demon that Procop drove from the cave. It's quite important. Procop for the win. I have no control over the poll, Miss Tillier. Yeah, I know I don't want control over the poll, but I just want the results. Procop won the poll. Procop is the Yowie. So you're going down the full conclave route, aren't you? Okay. So then I'm enemies with the Yowie at the moment because I'm not a monk. It's rigged. Okay, well, if there's nothing Evil Gang like better, it's rigging a pole. Wait, is this the cave? I thought there was going to be like tunnels and stuff. And it's not clean. It's not clean. There is fungus. There's fungus in this shaft. Which is probably affecting the thoughts of the people who live within it, to be fair. This is a big letdown, guys. This is the Yowie Cave. I'm not seeing what the big deal is. Bowl from the cave. Oh, okay. Alright, so I stole from the cave. That's great. Alright, I stole a bowl from the cave. Alright, fine. Steal anything else? Alright, let's go back and get the shroud then. I found a Yowie bowl, yeah. Well, unless the Yowie is the bowl, there's no Yowie down there, I'm afraid. It's a bit of disappointment.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Ah, it's Dan Brown again. Nothing, mate. Nothing. Fine, it's all good. Alright, let's go rob the church. Make the real Yowie is the friends. I know we said all that though. There's nothing in the cave except the bowl. We now have it. Michael Eldritch Horse, Sergeant. Alright, let's go and get the shroud.
Yeah.
I need to eat from the cave to find the Yowie within myself. I'm a Yowie? I was in the cave. This is good. Your logic is good here. Who can argue with logic like this? Be like if I was in Trafalgar Square. If I was in Trafalgar Square, then no, that's not a guy. Is it Nelson? No, that's not the right place. Okay, let me think of another example. Okay, chat, do it for me. I was the demon that was driven out of the cave.
Yeah.
There are Yowie caves in, what was it called? Bystemia? Bostemia?
Yeah.
I visited the Yowie cave and all I got was this fucking bowl. It's the entrance to this place. I got the bowl from the Yowie cave for what it's worth. Yeah, so I guess that's just going to stay with me now anyway, so it's not complete failure. fuck is that? Yowie Cave is a bit of a letdown, but I'm not... Let me mull on that for a little minute.
What do you want here? Go and play your games somewhere else.
Oh, fuck this, okay.
What are you doing here? Shit, what's this?
Wait, he's still alive?
Hey, who's there? Get back. Are you deaf?
What the fuck? This guy's mad, okay. Not quite sure who I just killed. Did I kill the guy? Did I kill his family? That was not good. That's gotta count. That's gotta count as a war crime. I'm not. Sorry, Henry. There's no getting out of that. Look, Ishvan would never have done this. Fine, alright. Because they just murdered a guy and then tipped the church. Oh no. Like, that was an indulgence right there. I was like, murdered somebody, which is a mortal sin, and they immediately paid it off for 319 groschen.
Damn it, I'm hungry.
Yeah, a little lunch money in the church is fine. Alright, whatever. Hallowed ground, it's fine. Do you repent? Yes, okay then. That was... why was he there? Okay, alright, let's get into this. Why was he there in the first place, that guy? He didn't want to talk to me, he got an axe out. I put my sword away and then he got an axe out. You're not driving me insane, I'm fine. I just need to find the charlatan, right? No, he's down in the pub. Well, alright.
Yeah.
That was repentance, right? He repented. That was instant repentance. I hit him once. I didn't stab him to death. It wasn't like that. It was just a one hit. I just obviously hit him too hard. Actually, it was self-defense, really. Everyone leave the doors open in Sasau. It's strange. I think you said this was okay now, right?
Hey, you! Don't move them! Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
Okay, that didn't go too well. Fucking Sasau. I hate this place. It's Mark Cram as well. It's always like the most indignant when it's Mark Cram. Is that going to be pricey? I didn't steal anything. I just... I don't even need to be in. I don't need to be in Sasau anymore. I think we got what we wanted when he came here, right? I just need this charlatan thing. We can do that later. Please, guys. I hate Sasau. Bye bye. Pricks. I'm not going to jail. I've got Michael Eldridge's horse. I'm not going to jail anyway. Even if they do, if they even want to do me some jail time, I'm gonna ignore it. I've got like Magistrate 3. I didn't murder him.
Yeah.
What's that charlatan gonna actually give me? Is it worth it? Okay, look, we'll just wait till... I don't like doing this. We'll wait till dawn. We'll go and ride in, see if we can get the charlatan. It's not gonna be worth it. Yeah, thanks guys for tripping. I just wanted to look around and I didn't want them freaking me out while I was looking around their house. What's going on? Vriss? Okay, alright, there's some red lettered exchange going there. So. Right, we'll just go and talk to everybody. We've got this special power, so we'll just go and we'll try and find the charlatan. He's just there. He's on the square. We just ride straight in, and then get out. And get out of Sasau. Silly place. Yeah, it looks like they're on to me. There he is. Whoa.
From the arbor, from the hood, rain and fatty pork, chicken and
God be
bacon.
with you.
We had it all. Come and sit.
I have the...
Just stood right in front of the guards.
You don't want everyone to see it, do you? Wait for me at my place. God be with you. Hey, you.
Damn it, I'm hungry.
Move a muscle.
Come have a look.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
You're right there.
They are better police, to be fair. They're better police in Sasau than they are in Ratai. I did kill him, but I don't know who he was. Why was he there in the first place? Now I have to meet the charlatan by the church where he will scam me. Fantastic. But he gave me all those potions. He must be a nice man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was mourning and protecting his dad. Oh, fuck. Okay, now I feel bad. That was bad. That was definitely a civilian death. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where's he gone? He lives there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ride around the village with the cops chasing me.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, he gets to his house. Alright, fine.
Yeah.
Are they all going to come after me a bit like GTA then, or... I've never gone on a mad guard spreading killing spree.
What's going on there?
Wait, it doesn't. Oh no, 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 no. Surrender, surrender.
Gotcha! Now I'll fix you good and proper.
Ah, it's Kurt
You'll
Matthew.
soon learn what justice means.
What?
Okay, try it. Come
Pretend
on.
you don't know what's what, you whore son. Here you are, wandering the land with a corpse on your back.
A corpse
getting
on my
up to
back?
all sorts of no good. And now you play dumb? It's jail for you, and I hope
What?
you rot there.
I can't bribe him. Oh man, Hotdog Henry's going back inside. I'm not dying here. I haven't saved it. I will hang.
Look, I'll tell you the truth, but you mustn't tell anyone.
Going to prison, man.
The Lord of Rat Eye sent me on a secret mission. And to do
Oh man, this is going to really double down on the shadow self. I'm afraid there's no other way to bleed it. There's no other way to read it. Oh god, I'm going to prison. I'm going to go to prison.
Put me in jail then.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
Love it there. It's all set up specially just for the likes
That's
of
so
you.
Kurt. I so like that. 10 days. Okay. Alright, well maybe positive. 10 days? Oh no. Oh god. I did a lot of bad things in Sasau, so I think that wasn't just that mugging, it was that was a bunch of stuff catching up with me, I think. I didn't murder it. Was I getting done for that murder? No, they didn't see me do that. That was robbing the cobblers. I'm not going to jail ever again. Now I'm in jail. 7 days. God, it feels like an eternity. You know, 7 days does feel like a long time when you're 5 apples old. I didn't have a body on my back. Wasn't dragging the body around, was I? Oh, there was another guy there. Yeah, it is. Well, he was started 3 apples old, right? Fine red? Ethel red? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Oh man, we spent so long in prison in Sasau. I don't know how I'm going to interact with the crime mechanics in KCD 1. The KCD 2, they're a bit more brutal, right? But maybe, I don't know what the future holds for Hotdog Henry. I think he might be redeemed in the monastery quest. Maybe. I need to save it. I need to get out of Sasau, that's for sure. KCD's whipping and branding. Does it have execution though, or is it just for Capon? This is just a message from the Ziggler. But I'm not going to tell you because it'll break your heart. They'll top me off and hang me.
I have to eat something.
Do you know what's interesting about?
insides are
Do you know what's
shriveled up
interesting
with
about the
hunger.
Ziggler, or theories about the Ziggler, is the last thing Ziggler did in Morrowind was use the Devil's Spear. You know? I'm saying if we do Faustus, you know, if we stream Faustus for you, you can make it into a 3-hander. Where... God. So sad. Where the Ziggler plays Lucifer. And all the sins. That could be quite funny. Right, I guess I can go in. I'm now free to give him this, right? Come on, Michael. Finish my jail time. Yeah, 3-hander, yeah. We just give him... I play Faustus, Jim plays Mephistopheles, and Michael plays Lucifer and all the sins. Yeah, man, Michael Organism. Michael Organism, he suffered. You're the Caesar here, though, Dijkstvan. You're Caesaring it up. Michael Organism will undergo mitosis for that. Alakazam, you said you weren't an intellectual and you're dropping high-end cell biology references on the group. I think you were lying. I think you probably are an intellectual. Did you do the test, Alakazam? Alakazam. The 7 deadly Michaels, right? It's true though, you're clever, you dropped the word mitosis, that's a good M word. Michaeltosis. So here he lives? Yeah, okay. Oh, you're a thought, are you? You didn't act like a thought there. I'm sure there are bad M words, but moist is a good one, right? You like the word moist, Warren Riley. Oh, man, there's food right over there. 10 days in prison for this, mate. 10 days. Where are you? God, I'm blacking out here. Come on, where are you? Aha. You're only saying that because you're a thoth. And you want to be popular. And I understand. But sometimes you have to accept what's in your inner nature.
I respect you.
You have to say, if God wants me to be a thoth, then a thoth I shall be. Mitochondria joke. Oh, okay, that was alright. Oh, mitochondria as in mitochondria. Yeah, that's good. That is good.
I have the shroud for you.
That is good.
Good work.
Thoths, rise up, all 4 of you.
I'm sure. That's also why. Fuck you.
I wish this was actually a theatre and I could see you all sitting in the audience and I'd ask
Let's teach him a lesson.
What? I am not going to prison again, man.
Fuck! Henry!
I am going to kill everyone in Sasau. I'm going to go full on rage potion.
I'll see you in the next go.
What?
Break it down.
Oh, Mark. Ti voulais. I just stole this though, didn't I? Aha! Okay. Alright, the Alchemist Dream. Powdered unicorn horn. Fantastic. Oop, no. That's great. Let's chain that up a bit. Oh, I've got all this stolen stuff now though. Fine, whatever. Whack that all on the horse. Don't need this thing, clearly. Do I have any bard potion? Alright. No. Can I get killed here? Okay, alright, there's some kind of coup happening, I think, from Dykes Van Toth on chat. So she's crossing the Rubicon as we speak. If I open this door, am I going to get killed by muggers? Do I need to take saviour schnapps or not? I've eaten the soup. Save. I'm not going to prison again, guys. That's not happening.
What are you doing here?
Oh, it's John.
He swindled me too. I came here to throw his potions in his face, but it looks like he hasn't been home for a while. He probably
A coup is a coup, what's it to you, yeah? Point.
Bastard. Either way, he'd better not show his face in this town again.
I don't know if we've had a coup yet. We've had a lot of uprisings and...
And she walking around town with a weapon.
So it's finally completed. Okay. And the sun is out. We spent 10 days in prison. We got the negative. Alright, fine. So now we are going to go back, I think, to Ratai and straighten up and do an inventory clear, and then maybe fight with Bob a little bit, I think, just to keep my sword in, because I haven't practiced any. Although I'm going to eat here, this is getting silly. Yeah, I think we need to do a bit of Bob on it. I don't need skill points anymore. I just want to remember how to fight. You're not involved in the coup. Well, all right. If it goes anything like last time, do expect me to
I'm honoured that a night such as
want to
this
see
takes
any
interest
voting
in me.
records or so on. A bit like Modern Life, really. Wait, is it? Don't take the Thoths.
Are there any problems around here I might be able to help with?
Nothing I've heard about. Thank you, good Lord.
Please let me back into society. That's enough. Alright, magic. Let's punt back to Ratai then. What?
Yeah.
I don't have any there's one glass bandit. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. Somebody got the glass bandit in a test recently, and I asked them if they wanted to go to Cyrodiil, and then they just wandered off. Where are you gonna go? Thebes? Crocodipolis?
Yeah.
That joke was extremely funny, by the way, for Egyptologists who are on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I've had enough. Right, enough running. Where are you? Yeah? You really want it? You want this? Because I'm fine. You can have it. Alright. Oh, didn't learn you. Don't mock me, yeah? Oh, there's some bard potion. There you go. Oh, okay. You want to hear from me that Julius Caesar is superior play to Macbeth? Rosie, let him talk. Rosie, are you saying that the Scottish play is superior? Unfortunately, alright, well, let me see where the battle lines are. Aethelred, are you saying that Julius is the better play, or... Oh, she's on a power trip. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's part of Evil Gang, isn't it? Are we all on power trips? Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna make a lot of enemies by saying this, I think, and I don't really want to upset anyone. But that's a very divisive question. That's a very, very divisive question. And even when I start answering it, I'm gonna get in trouble, so... Well, look, I really, really like some of the monologues from Julius Caesar, I'm not gonna lie. And I do not know the Scottish play well enough. And the reason I don't know Scottish play well enough is because I was never selected as part of a study topic for me when I was in school. And I have no particular driving interest in that, but mainly because you shouldn't even say the name of it unless you're in it, right? Which is what I made a bit of a mistake just then. But you shouldn't really even mention the name of the Scottish play because it's quite hexed as far as theatre goes. I know, because I don't want to get all the witches on me because I'm not in favour of MB. There's lots of there's plays with witches I do like. No, I'm not saying it's the better play because I don't know the competition well enough and I can't say the name of the competition. And I became very superstitious about the competition because my acting teacher was very superstitious about the competition. And when I have heard it named, and people are just trying to like prove that they're not superstitious, so they just say it in the theatre in a rehearsal, like oh nice, so cool for saying it, and you know, yanking everyone's pizzle, if you like. But it's not that. Then there were a series of accidents that night that were quite bad for the health of some of the actors. And no, I'm not saying that. Because again, it's a sensitive topic. Like, my favourite Shakespeare play is neither of those two. So, I prefer other Shakespeare plays to them, I think. But again, I don't know. I haven't studied the Scottish play. I haven't really studied Julius that well. I just I taught some of those monologues quite a bit, and they're quite good. The Tempest I absolutely love. Tempest I love. But it's probably not my favourite, but I absolutely love it. What can I remember from the Tempest? Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do shine him when he comes back. You something that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe-not bites. And you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the stout earth brought roaring war. I have rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped, and set 'em forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the deep, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book! There you go. That's as much as I remember of the Tempest. Oh, and Brave New World, right? That's the Brave New World's in there. Oh, what brave new world that has such creatures in it? Something like that. Yeah, oh yeah, and the end monologue as well. If you from crimes would pardoned be, let my indulgence set you free. Which is basically saying, look, when you're trying to decide whether you want to forgive someone or not, like, bear in mind that you might want mercy at some point in the future, right? So, you know, there's a lot of vengeance, and this game's about vengeance. There's a lot of vengeance knocking around, but in fact, Tempest is one of the most overtly Christian plays I've heard. In that he's out for revenge, like Prospero is out for revenge, but in the end he goes, I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. You know? And to some extent I think it's tied up with him forgiving himself a little bit for getting too wrapped up in magic. I'm not quite sure I remember the start, but he's like the Duke of Milan or something, and I think maybe his wife dies, maybe there's justification for getting into alchemy because of that, but he gets into alchemy too much, and he is usurped, I think, by he watched it at Christian University, really. Yeah, it's widely recognised, I think, as being one of his most Christian plays, because really Shakespeare was a bit like our sausage scribes. He was basically a pagan and a feminist. And there's a lot of essays on why female characters in Shakespeare are actually pretty progressive. You can compare it to Kingdom to Come, actually, if you really think about it. How many brilliant female characters are in Shakespeare plays, and they're hundreds of years old. I know the Mercy monologue as well. I know the Mercy monologue from The Merchant of Venice. Some of the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth from the gentle reigns as heaven unto the belief. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It crown that who no, maybe I've forgotten. It is above the monarch's sceptred sway. It is mightiest in the mightiest. Yeah, I know. We gotta eat. Oh no, he's tired. Okay, all right. Well, maybe. No, we need to do a bit more today. Okay, so let's times it. Oh, okay, mini sleep then. Mini sleep. You had a lot of sleep, Henry, over the last God knows how many days in prison. Taming of the Shrew. Yeah. No, it's a great point. I've not seen a defense of Taming of the Shrew, but there was a feminist Shakespeare academic who came to town a long time ago and taught everyone, or gave examples as to why Shakespeare is a proto-feminist. But again, critical theory is quite wide. There's lots of theories out there that might not be true. But you've got that whole thing with Shakespeare being gay, you know, that's the Mercutio kind of theory, I think. Shakespeare was kind of Mercutio-esque. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, it's not my special area, I just learned enough to criticise it. Othello is one of my favourite plays. And Romeo and Juliet, for similar reasons. And this maybe brings us nicely back to alchemy. But, and Rudolph, perhaps. Maybe this is a good kind of like story, kind of, to wrap it up. A bit of a wandering stream again to Gay, with a bit of a disappointing, hey, there he is.
Henry.
Woohoo! Let's go and ride with him for a bit. Going out for a ride in the slashing rain. Well, no, it's very difficult to learn all of Shakespeare. I probably know more of it than you by heart. Yeah? But I don't want to like speak as an absolute expert in the field, but I know a lot.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
The outrage at uni when you watched Othello with Laurence Olivier. Oh, okay, was he blacked up? Yeah. They did that in Prague, actually, in 2008 when I saw it at the museum. It was a great production with some really interesting... Oh, I see where he's going. I love how they have their little routines. That's so nice. But there's some defences. I think there's some speeches from Mary or Anne or something in Henry the Margaret, is it? Henry the IV, Henry the VI. She's a bit of a power player, no? What are the other ones? There's a bunch of examples. I'm trying to talk to him, he's running away from me. He doesn't want to be seen.
God bless you.
Hey, he just took his clothes off! Oh, do we care about this?
Sir Hans, I heard something about a tourney in Rattay.
Yes, Hamish has decided to revive the tourney at the Upper Castle.
It's only a bit of entertainment for commoners. A few fellows on foot bashing each
Well, I
other
said
there.
before, haven't we, that Shakespeare's not the most amazing dramatist
Anything wrong?
compared to,
Last
like,
Hamish
you know,
was on
the
my
whole
back
history of
about what I'd
theatre.
do all day. So I told him I was busy dealing with very important nightly.
I just learn it because it's
I
the
said I was
industry in the
training my
UK. You
future
need to
page
learn
in combat,
Shakespeare because you're going to be
initiating
acting
into
in it
the art
for
of
the first of the
swordsmanship
time.
and other battle skills.
And musicals.
Had a page.
But there's loads of
That's
other
just the thing.
amazing plays out
I
there that
don't.
completely
It's just
get...
something I made up on the spot to get him off my back.
And it seems I was a bit too convincing. Now, Uncle wants my imaginary page to demonstrate what he's learnt in the tour.
Oh, so now I have to fight in the tourney.
I can see how that could be a bit awkward.
That's putting it mildly.
The old man is like a
Wait, are they
dog with a
forcing
bone.
me into
He
this?
won't go. Unless...
Time-sensitive
Yes,
quest.
Now I think
Alright.
of it. I'll tell Hanush I was training
Don't
you.
know what that symbol is.
All you have to do is enter the tourney, batter the fuck out of all the other peasants, and everyone will be happy.
Batter the fuck out of all the
Except
other
for the
P words. So I need to go and kill poor people, or batter poor people for hands. I can actually do that.
Well, I suppose I can handle a few fellas one at a time. Now alright then.
Of course you can. That's the spirit. You have to put up some coin to enter, though. Naturally, I'll pay for that, so you don't go around calling me a pinch first. Go and see the tournament master. You'll find him somewhere around the upper castle courtyard. He'll
Right,
explain
when
everything.
do I get booked in a
Run
fighting
along now.
slot then? How does this
Don't
work?
let me down, Henry. Remember, you have to demonstrate you've been trained by a master.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, fine.
Your wish is my command.
Do we do this now?
Excellent. Afterwards, we'll drink to your glorious deeds. See you later.
Enroll in the tourney to help sons out of predicament. Upper Castle? Yeah, okay, fine. Need some food though, I'm gonna eat. And sell. It'll be the next tourney, alright, so if I'm in Sasau during that time then that's not gonna work. Well, I found them all sleeping behind the castle. That's true. Look, I like Shakespeare. I've taught Shakespeare for a very long time.
Yeah.
I've taught a lot of Shakespeare. I'm just not a university level academic on it, so I don't want to overstep my my boundaries. There's loads of different angles on Shakespeare because it's been around so long and it's such a huge part of culture. I got the Shakespeare fatigue a long time ago. Yeah, when I came to Prague, I basically I'd had enough of it and demands to do it. And I managed to avoid Shakespeare in Prague largely. I was in Hamlet. I played Horatio. I think that might be it. I did some, I produced some, but never with Jim and that. We focused on, more 20th century kind of plays. Just because I feel like it really does God
bless you. What trouble?
It just drowns out so much other stuff, so much amazing theatre that students never learn about, and acting students as well as literature. It's like an algal bloom, you know what I mean? It just chokes the life out of everything below it. I love the guy's poetry, don't get me wrong, but it's overdone, right? It's overdone, yeah, exactly, yeah, no, he summed it up, it's overdone. But when we did it great.
I'd like to enroll in the big tournament.
Come tomorrow morning to the upper castle courtyard and I'll gladly sign you up. I'm certainly not going to do it here and now. And don't forget to bring 3 score groschen with you.
Alright.
See you later.
So when did he say tomorrow morning? Tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Lady Murder. I need to train. This is for sure. Oh, I got some trophies.
I have
as well.
some
trophies.
Let's see. Quite a collection.
How do you know these guys are bandits? How do they know? Is there some kind of do they subject it to some kind of forensic analysis? The Rat IPD, or do I just kill anyone hand over ears? Training axe or mace for giggles. All right.
Can I ask? Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. I'd like to train a bit, just lightly, with practice weapons.
Right. Let's get to it. What weapon would you like to try? Got a bastard sword, a short sword? We can fight with poles. Whatever you fancy.
Yeah, but I've got no skill in that, have I? So, I kind of like... I used the mace the first time I went through it. I've never... Oh, I can train hand to hand with him. I'm so dumb. I need to look at this menu more. I kind of fancy the axe. Can we have a bit of instant democracy on this as mace or axe? If we're going to do a... If we're going to go off the... Okay, if I'm going to be Mary Sue on this, then I need to train. I get it. All of the weapons. But, axe or mace now? Okay, mace. Alright, fine.
I'll try the mace. The armor smasher. And I'll take a shield, too.
Right, lad. Grab your piece. We'll get stuck in.
Ah. There you go, Bob.
Your end is nigh.
What? What kind of dodge was that? Bob, you got some new moves, Bob. You got some new moves. Ain't seen that before, Bob. What you been learning? Keep you on your feet, old man. Ow. Christ.
Jesus Christ! Fuck me, you dog!
Can't believe he's still on the force.
Fucking me, you dog!
We're fighting Bob in a stormy. Ah, there you go.
Jumps it in.
Aha! Nice. There you go. Ah, Bob. Come on, old man. Oh. Just laughing. Two guys laughing in the rain, wrestling in the mud. Not everything has to be gay, Bob. Although to be fair, the chat will probably make this gay, so maybe it is. Wait, that was a Master Stroke. Where's the? He's actually hurting me. Ah! Can he kill me? Okay, I'm surrendering. I'm bleeding, Bob. Is that going to happen in the tourney? Oh no, I don't want to read Avicenna. That was not cool, Bob. That was not cool. Take one of my 22 marigold concoctions. Ugh. I'm still bleeding. Got the sausage visions back. That does not bode well. Alright, I guess we should go and look at that Avicenna book at the pub anyway, since I opened it. Ugh. Oh man, Bob just fucking kicked my teeth in. Whoa, I nearly rode off the cliff. Look, I'm so stunned. Something likes it rough. Oh, sorry, you're still trying to make that gay? I'll give you a second. I thought it was just a young guy and an old guy kind of wrestling in the mud in in a completely platonic way. Probably brutalised. Thank you, Monster Heart. I'll go and correct that. There Will Be Blood is a good film. I don't think I really need to say that. It won a bunch of Oscars, no. I'm not trying to make it gay, Leroy. I think that's your job. Weren't you Leroy, aren't you the one who recently left straight fandom behind you? Didn't they make a movie about you, Leroy? Was that someone else?
I'm honoured that you should come to me.
Yeah, I know that's the joke, right? So you're representing though, thank you. 4 salamis and some wine. Dilform boy action is always pseudo-incestuous. Yeah, well you can't use that word because some people don't like those kind of ships. I remember that from months ago. And I'm not really laughing here, but one of the interesting things about that whole scandal is the people complaining about it because X flagged up, out the algorithm kind of knows that there's some interest going on. So it gets amplified in your feed. So when anybody in KCD Twitter gets into one of these, positions or states or whatever, like it ends up magnifying the thing they don't want. I think, right? It feels like when someone complains about something, you see more of it, right? In the same way that these systems are designed to get you angry. So really, if you don't like something, you should be like, shh. And then just just block it, not interested in it, and leave it. But if you start talking about it, you're going to get Musk is going to throw it at you. Yeah, okay, Nelly, I see that point. It was quite funny, but and it's again how much of your thoughts are under your own control. Like why are you having that thought? Because the algorithm has amplified it. Alright, now, this is Avicenna, I believe. Was I pronouncing that wrong last time? This is a European version of an Arabic name, is it? Yeah, I lose the Ispanopticon whenever that happens, and if I'm not seeing stuff, it's normally because there's something happening in the world and the algorithm's been disturbed, and I'm very disciplined. I'm not interested in anything on X other than KCD, but it tries all the time. Yeah, it's just Ibn Sina. I'd say it's Ibn. Yeah, Ibn. Okay, thank you, Dragonlair Ornstein. Perfect. Ibn Sina. Yeah, and obviously in 1403, which is one of Ishvan's main beefs, is this whole Islamic world is like way in advance of Europe, and that's why I made the jokes about the tech levels, and that's why they're trying to replicate Janissaries, because Janissaries, when you strip them down, are kind of like a brainwashed soldier unit. It takes a technology to learn how to brainwash people. Right, but I got this idea from the romanticised and Americanised production of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which I saw very young, and that's where I got a lot of Ishvan's kind of mannerisms from a little bit as well. But the Arabic character in that North African, I guess, is as it's presented. It's played by Morgan Freeman, and he gets out this telescope, and Robin Hood doesn't understand, right? Doesn't understand what he's looking through, and it's really good. It's really good just to know that these other parts of the world were so far ahead, and then something happens that stops the entrepreneurial scientific inquiry that went on in China and in the Arabic world, the Muslim world. And I'm quite convinced by geographic determinism on this, which I mentioned in the last stream, that when you unify an area, this theory goes that when you unify an area, the ruling power tries to get rid of as much technology off the people as possible and tries to reduce the freedom as much as possible, because that's what you do. You kind of concentrate power. But it's possible to concentrate power in, I think, China in a way that it wasn't possible to concentrate power in Europe. This is the theory anyway. I'm not saying this is I came up with this. I didn't. It's Jared Diamond. It is criticisable, but it's nice because China's got the desert to the north, the mountains to the kind of south and west, and then the ocean to the east. So you can kind of, even though they had many years of civil wars and periods of unification and disunification, when they were united, I believe, somebody tell me if I'm wrong here, again, this isn't my special area, but the emperors tended to kind of like do things like burn the fleet, ban guns. Hey Calax, thank you. You're your benefactor. So I'm boring you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Thanks, Felafay. Is it Felafay? Red Lay? No, I'm getting that wrong. Sorry, but yes, good point. It's difficult to do that in Europe without the internet because of the mountains, basically. So the argument runs in this book that the Arabic world produced all of this amazing science and technology, and then the rulers of that world, maybe the Ottomans, maybe the Seljuks, I don't know, maybe, again, I'm not super au fait of who was in charge of what, but when they unified an area, they tended to kind of like reduce science. And then you've got another look with the, I'm not quite sure what the Islamic approach to science is. I imagine it's different in different areas, but back then, I think they were quite open and Europe was quite closed. So that doesn't make a compelling argument for the Alps. Sorry? This is one of the most interesting streams. Okay, well, not much has happened. Maybe less has happened than the last stream. But this is it's an interesting theory because it explains why you go backwards. Like civilizations go backwards, right? And yeah, sorry, this is maybe bringing me back to a point I wanted to make about Taoism, actually. A criticism of Taoism, even though I love Taoism. Okay, Dragonlair, I'm going to be firing off things that are wrong and things that can be criticised. So please fire counter-arguments out in the chat from saying something silly. But Taoism, right? I don't think there's much to look at in this book, so we'll just use it as a springboard. Maybe this is the last thing I'll say. Hang on, just let me check if this is the Ziegler. No. Is that the Taoists basically are kind of anti-science? Even though there's Taoist alchemy, in principle, I think when you boil down Taoism rather, it's about like everything went wrong when we came down from the trees. And when you act more naturally, like you evolve to act, then your life will be better, right? So things like maybe paleo diet could be kind of Taoisty. They certainly have some weird things about, not weird, but various practices about purifying their internal fluids, like basically cleaning themselves from the junk that society is putting them in them. But what I wanted to say about it, because we said that the nettle spirit, and whether the books and everything were teaching him to be somewhat sensitive of nature, and whether with the grass dogs and everything, the nettles that was something Taoist to his arc. I need to know about Taoist black magic, because I don't know much about that, I don't think, except from like popular culture. I don't know if it's actually a thing. But I need to know whether Taoists had black magicians in the sense of black magic, you know what I mean? That's really good. If you're learning that, that's great. That's great. Well, you're not learning it. I think you all know this. You're just in a space where you can have a bit of rough and tumble, right? But living simply in harmony with nature, yes. And they talk a lot about the superior man. And the superior man is the man, or the sage. I think it talks about the sage. The sage is conterminous with the superior man. All right, let's go with that. What the superior man does. And the superior man normally adopts almost the most relaxed and in the flow kind of attitude to solve problems. They talk about it being like actionless action. And I think it's pronounced woo-wee. Like woo-wee. I think it's pronounced woo-wee. Someone who speaks Chinese can help me, or whatever I've just said. Woo-wee. W-U. W-U. W-E-I. Opening myself up to the thoughts there. Yeah, so there are some black Taoist practices, right? Isn't that in like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon as well? She's tied up with some kind of like dark forces of Kung Fu, right? Yue. Wu Wei, sorry, Wu Wei, yeah, I do know that. Wu Wei, yeah, Wu Wei. And Wu Wei is actionless action, where you're getting in the way of yourself quite a lot. You're your own worst enemy. Let things flow. Be in the moment. And it's very easy to say to someone, be in the moment, but what that really means is stop time travelling. And by time travelling, we mean projecting yourself into a future scenario where something has gone wrong and worrying about something in the future that hasn't happened yet. Right, and the Stoics will tell you exactly the same. It's quite similar, right? So that's you're in the future there, where bad things are happening, you're worrying about it, or good things are happening, but you're time traveling into the future. You're not in the moment. You're not thinking about the moment, and then also like dwelling on things in the past, right? And those two behaviors, like time traveling in that way, remembering, forgetting, predicting, planning, yeah, we need them, but they are like out of balance in people. One aspect of these, people who keep going into the future to worry, or people who keep going into the past to kind of regret. You know, you need to kind of like move on. So that stuff is a bit popular Taoism, but I wanted to use. He allows things to come and go. Yeah, thank you. You're talking about the sage here. I can't even read the blue anymore. Oh, sorry, I can't read the name. But yeah, this is the sage, right? House of Flying Daggers. Yeah, I saw House of Flying Daggers. I had the volume on way too loud. And when it gets to that ball that's banging between the kettle drums, and I didn't realise how loud it was, I was just blowing the entire house to bits with that. Yes, I agree. That sounds like a romanticisation of Taoism. That's why I wanted to characterise it as such. And I wanted the chat to know, to discover if this is true, because I don't know if it's true. But can you criticise Taoism in a sense that it believed in like feudalism precisely because it was like the minimum power given to the people, that a kind of, and again, this might be just me pontificating, but like an eco-aware aristocracy. Can I say that? Don't they go on about the lords and like what the lords should do? Don't they go on a lot about the laws? The lords, right? All right, okay, San. Yeah, we're two up. We're two up. Yeah, we're staring at sacred geometry, looking at Arabic, and thinking in nettles. Yeah, you're lost. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering what the criticism of Taoism is. It's not perfect. I love it, but it ain't perfect, no? Where's its weaknesses? That's what I'm trying to find, so I can strengthen myself. What does that say in Taoism? Something like, a door is only useful because of its emptiness. No? Okay, we two up there. No, is everyone stunned by that? No, okay. No, because you had Confucianism, right? It was a rival to Confucius. It was kind of a hippie thing, right? Right, I will go away. I will go away because I want to be able to criticise it, and I think I have romanticised Taoism. That's what I'm confessing that to you. I think in my life I have romanticised it because I encountered it in a very... when I was younger, and I read a lot of it, but I didn't read it in a critical way. So, sorry, alright, I'm hurting people, I'm hurting minds. We're going to stop. That's it, we've got 15 minutes. So maybe I'll wrap it up. Oh, okay. So I just opened the Nettles book, and we'll just go. Okay, all right. You find Taoism to be quaint. Yeah, great. Again, school me in this next thread, next chat, well, next Hotdog Henry thing, because tomorrow will be Femstevan, and we don't got time. We ain't got no time for that when we're in America. Yeah, Confucius was the religion of the administration, right? And Taoism was more of a counterculture thing. Anyway, yeah, if you want to school me in that, I'm very happy to learn, especially from somebody who is native to China, especially. Like, I appreciate that Taoism has an influence in other countries as well, but I think probably it's the biggest in China. It's very, very quick to read. Tao Te Ching, it's very good. It's very quick. I highly recommend the Tao Te Ching. The other stuff is then it gets a bit sprawling. Oh, you're Native American. Okay, cool. Nice. And on Venice Beach, they're doing the. You mean they're doing the Tai Chi? Well, you've got to make prickly triangle. You've got to make choices. You know, you've got to cut. You've got to cut. It's hard, but you can't do everything. Yeah. Well, I know I give a lot of attention to the Japanese faction, but I appreciate there are a lot of Chinese members of the Evil Gang, and I'm very interested in this topic. So, I remember the line from Big Trouble in Little China where he talks about Chinese religion being a salad bar. He says, you have a bit of Taoism, we have a bit of Buddhism, we have a bit of Confucianism. You take what you like and leave the rest, which I thought was a great line. It's kind of funny, but I don't know how true it is. Anyway, right, I'm hurting brains now, so I'll stop. Let's just have a little bit more of the Book of Nettles as a closing thought. So, if you're going to use nettles in alchemy, bear in mind they lower the blood pressure. It's like garlic, right? A lot of garlic lowers your blood pressure. So if you're going to use nettles, it lowers the good blood pressure, which is great if you've got high blood pressure. But it is bad if you've got low blood pressure. So be careful.
I'm hungry. I'd like a bite to eat.
Oh, that's me! Is he sat down with me? Have I sat down with myself? Do something. Oh, I can talk to him, can't I?
What kind of governor is Sir Hanush?
Sir Hanush is the good lord.
No, that's not me. Must be someone else. Okay. There's a rogue Istvan in there. Yeah, I got interrupted by myself. It's getting a bit shadowy meta. Anyway, so nettles also lower your blood sugar content. Again, so that's good for some people, bad for others. This is what they mean in Romeo and Juliet when it's got poison and it's got medicine, and you need to know which is which. A lot of people do not read the side effects on prescription drugs they're taking, and they don't even realise that they're suffering from the medicine. It's very important to check that. Yeah, they're basically saying go to a specialist herbalist and get a consultation before you just start munching nettles. And they're saying don't trust books, actually, because there's a lot of books out there with bad information. But Henry doesn't know that. And that this person that may have low self-esteem as well, because they're saying, I feel that this information is incomplete even in itself. And it's like, there's still so much to learn, but you have to publish. You have to publish. You need to share your knowledge. All right, I will roll back down to Teresa, and then I'm going to close up. But don't let me forget that I have a fight on the morning on Friday that I've got to go to the Ratai, because I might forget that for Capon. And if you Hansry people, of which there are several in the group, want more of that Hansry action. Yeah, but I feel like we can sleep in the doghouse. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is again.
Ow! Watch where you're going, you lad. You nearly killed me.
Chill out, man.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
I'm glad you came. I'm glad I came. Alright. Okay, so, again, I'll put this on X, but stream tomorrow is 5 until 8, and it's Femstvan in New Vegas, and the following day is a bit of an evening stream, 6 till 9, maybe a little bit later, and that will be this, and we will continue with the tourney, and then the main quest. And I hope you got something out of these chats. I know we've been a bit chatty for the last game or so, but I appreciate some of you wanted that, so I'm trying to respond to requests, but I'm also trying to find a balance between different things, a little bit like a Taoist would. Yeah, I love the New Vegas streams. They're great. If you've missed them, they're pretty funny. I appreciate it's a different thing though, for different people. Different strokes for different folks, as they say. But I do like New Vegas, and it's really it's quite a fast game. It's a bit of a placeholder for Stalker, which we'll be coming to in Halloween. Right, his magic is up to the. Okay, and we're under arrest. All right, thank you everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow if those of you are interested. And goodbye.